Most people don't wake up one day and suddenly become broke. It happens slowly, quietly, invisibly, not through one giant mistake, but through 10 tiny ones, repeated every day without noticing. Emily once felt this slipping, a soft pull downward. Rob lived inside it without ever realizing what was happening. And Mia? She escaped it because she understood the truth. People stay broke not because they lack opportunity, but because they follow habits they never meant to form. This chapter reveals those habits, the silent forces that shape your financial destiny, because awareness is the moment when your transformation truly begins. Habit number 1 is ignoring your money, the invisible leak that drains your future while you pretend everything is fine. Emily used to avoid checking her accounts. Rob always avoided his, and avoidance became their first enemy. When you don't look at your money, small problems grow quietly, and possibilities disappear without your awareness. Emily finally learned the truth. You cannot fix what you refuse to see. Awareness is power, and clarity is the first step toward freedom. Habit number 2 is spending everything you earn. The income trap that convinces people that making more will solve everything. Rob lived here proudly. "I make enough," he said. But every raise became a new expense. Every bonus became a new lifestyle. Emily realized something different. Income doesn't build wealth. Gaps do. The space between what you earn and what you keep becomes the engine of your financial life. Without a gap, even a 6-figure salary collapses. And that's why lifestyle creep quietly destroys more futures than low income ever will. Habit number 3 is lifestyle creep, upgrading faster than you grow. The habit that feels like progress, but erases progress entirely. Emily remembered the moment she bought her first treat-yourself purchase after a raise. It felt harmless, until it wasn't. One upgrade leads to another, and suddenly, raises disappear before they even arrive. Mia avoided this trap by letting her lifestyle stay still, while her income grew quietly beneath her. Prosperity doesn't come from constant upgrades. It comes from the discipline to stay steady while your income rises. Habit number 4 is impulse buying, the dopamine tax that steals decades. A click, a swipe, a why not? And the future shrinks just a little. Rob lived in impulse. For him, shopping wasn't spending. It was relief. Emily recognized that impulse buys weren't purchases. They were emotional decisions wearing the mask of convenience. The truth hit her. Every impulse buy was a silent tax on her future. And nothing changes until you reclaim your impulses. Until you realize dopamine fades, but the bill stays. Habit number 5 is not tracking anything, the blind spot that keeps people lost. Most people don't track because they think tracking is punishment, but Emily discovered the opposite. Tracking is permission. Permission to make better choices. Permission to feel in control. Permission to redesign your future. Rob never tracked. He drifted. And people who drift rarely arrive anywhere worth going. Emily learned that awareness turns chaos into clarity, and clarity becomes power. Habit number 6 is treating debt like income, the future killer disguised as convenience. Rob lived this without questioning it. Credit cards were part of his monthly cash flow. Emily watched him struggle, realizing the truth. Every borrowed dollar steals from your future self. Debt is not evil, but pretending it's income is. It traps you in cycles, builds stress, and erodes confidence. The wealthy use debt strategically. The struggling use debt emotionally. Emily chose strategy. Rob chose survival. And survival always costs more. Habit number 7 is living without a safety net. The anxiety loop that keeps people stuck. Rob lived one emergency away from disaster. Every unexpected bill hit like a storm. Emily, after enough close calls, built herself a small buffer, and everything changed. Not because emergencies stopped, but because fear stopped. A safety net doesn't prevent problems, it prevents panic. And panic is the enemy of good decisions. Emily discovered that stability isn't bought, it's built. Habit number 8 is chasing high returns, the get-rich-yesterday mindset that destroys more wealth than it creates. Rob jumped on every trend: cryptomanias, meme stocks, hot tips. At first, Emily envied him until she saw the aftermath. Mia avoided all of it. She built quietly, steadily, safely, and over time, steady always outran excitement. The truth is simple. You can't build a peaceful life on chaotic decisions because consistency beats excitement every single time. Habit number 9 is letting emotions drive your money. Stress spending, guilt spending, escape spending. Rob lived here. Emily recognized she had lived there too, until she decided her emotions could be acknowledged without being obeyed. Money reacts to logic, not emotion, and emotional money disappears the fastest. Emily began asking one question before every decision: is this serving my future or soothing my present? That shift alone began rewriting her entire life. Habit number 10 is living without a plan, the drifting life. Rob drifted for years, paycheck to paycheck, hoping things would work out. Emily realized drifting wasn't neutral. Drifting was a decision to let life choose for her. But the moment she built even the simplest plan, her world shifted. Plans create intention. Intention creates momentum. Momentum creates transformation. And transformation begins with the bold choice to say, "My future deserves direction." Now the picture becomes clear. Rob followed these 10 habits without meaning to. Emily followed them until she became aware of them. Mia escaped them because she recognized the traps early. And now you see them too. Awareness is the beginning. Clarity is the spark. And what comes next will change everything. Because the moment you understand the habits that drain your money, you unlock the rules that build your wealth. Chapter 1 showed you the traps that keep people broke, the habits, the psychology, the invisible gravity pulling them backward. But now we cross into the part almost no one teaches, the rules that build wealth. Not the gimmicks, not the hacks, the rules that Emily lived by, that Mia automated, and that Rob never learned. This is the chapter where clarity becomes strategy, and strategy becomes power. This is the moment where you step into the place where wealth truly begins. We begin with the truth. People don't go broke loudly. They go broke quietly through small habits, tiny leaks, the little choices that feel harmless in the moment but devastating over time. It's skipping the bank app because you don't want bad news. It's letting your lifestyle creep up an inch every time your income rises. It's the impulse buys that feel good for 5 minutes and cost you 5 years. It's convenience purchases that trade long-term wealth for short-term relief. Emily saw this happening around her. Rob didn't. She tightened her leaks. He normalized them. And that difference, invisible at first, eventually became massive. Because small habits create big outcomes. Emily lived by rule number 1, pay yourself first. The rule that quietly builds millionaires while everyone else spends first and hopes for the best. Most people pay their bills, their friends, their cravings, and their conveniences. And whatever is left, if anything, goes to their future. Emily flipped the order. The moment she got paid, she took care of her future self. Automatically. No emotion, no hesitation, no negotiation. It wasn't just a financial move, it was a declaration. Promise to herself, my future matters more than my impulses. Mia lived by rule number 2. Automate everything, because she understood that motivation fades, discipline wavers, and life gets in the way. Automation doesn't. Every month, $500 left her account and went straight into an index fund. On good months, it invested. On stressful months, it invested. On exhausted, anxious, chaotic months, it still invested. That's how automation works. It keeps building your future even when you don't feel like building it yourself. Over 2 decades, that one habit grew into nearly $400,000. Not because Mia was perfect, but because she was consistent. Emily mastered rule number 3, live below the raise. The rule that transforms income increases into wealth, not lifestyle. When she earned more, she didn't upgrade. She didn't move to the fancy apartment. She didn't chase new gadgets. She simply kept her life the same for 1 full year. That gap, the difference between her old lifestyle and her new income, became fuel. Rob did the opposite. Every raise became a new bill, a new payment, a new burden. Emily's raises created freedom. Rob's raised his stress. Emily grounded her decisions with rule number 4, the 50-30-20 starter system. Not a rigid formula, but a guide. A way to bring order to chaos, half for essentials, a piece for life's pleasures, and a deliberate portion for the future. It wasn't the numbers that made the system powerful. It was the structure. People who drift financially do so because they have no framework. Emily had one. Then came rule number 5, eliminate waste, not joy. The rule that saves people from the cut everything trap that kills motivation. Emily didn't attack happiness. She attacked the leaks. She cut the apps she didn't use, the subscriptions she forgot about, the impulsive buys that solved nothing, the convenience charges that stole her future in tiny slices. She kept the dinners that made her feel alive, the friendships that grounded her, the little joys that made her human. She removed the friction, not the fulfillment, because true wealth is built by eliminating waste, not joy. Mia's confidence came from rule number 6, let compounding do the heavy lifting, the rule that transforms time into one of life's greatest assets. At a 10% return, money doubles roughly every 7 years. It doesn't double because you hustle harder or because you sacrifice more. It doubles because compounding rewards patience. Emily didn't chase hype. Mia didn't chase adrenaline. They chased exponential growth. Rob chased excitement, and excitement rarely compounds. Emily steadied her life with rule number 7, build a safety net, because wealth doesn't grow where fear lives. Rob lived terrified of every emergency. Emily breathed calmly through hers. The difference wasn't luck, it was preparation. A safety net isn't about the emergencies themselves, it's about knowing you will survive them. With that confidence, Emily made better choices, braver choices, and her life expanded because she wasn't living in fear. Now the transformation becomes clear. Rob lived by emotion. He reacted. Emily lived by discipline. She planned. Mia lived by automation. She transcended the struggle entirely. This is the evolution of every financially powerful person. Emotion to discipline to automation. It is not instant, it is not glamorous, but it is inevitable when you hold the line. And this is where your system begins. You automate what matters. You track just enough to stay aware. You keep your lifestyle steady for 12 months. You clear the financial noise from your life. You build a quiet safety net. You invest consistently, automatically, patiently. You protect your future self as if they were family. You don't wait for perfection. You build consistency, because consistency becomes inevitability. If you're still here, you're already different. Most people look away when the rules appear, but you didn't. Awareness is turning into clarity, clarity into momentum, momentum into identity, and identity into destiny, because awareness becomes action when you stay with it. Clear path. Thinkers don't just chase money, they design their money. They build systems that protect them, habits that guide them, choices that accumulate into freedom. This is the identity you step into now. You now know the rules, but rules alone don't transform a life. A blueprint does. In Chapter 3, you will take everything you've learned and shape it into a simple, powerful, repeatable plan you'll follow for years. Your plan, your identity, your future. This is where the transformation becomes real because your future starts now. Most people delay their financial transformation until life forces them to change. But the people who win, the Emilys and the Mias, start before they're ready. You've already crossed the first two thresholds. You understand the traps and you understand the rules, but rules alone don't build a life. A blueprint does. A blueprint turns intentions into identity and identity into destiny. Emily had one. Mia automated hers. Rob never created one. And life made the decisions for him. This chapter is where you decide who you become next. This is where your transformation truly begins. Think about the version of you who clicked on this video. The one who was stressed, maybe uncertain, maybe feeling behind. Now think about the version of you sitting here right now. Aware, calm, ready. You are not just learning how to make money. You are learning how to become someone new. People don't fail financially because they lack intelligence. They fail because their identity is stuck in old patterns. Rob believed he was bad with money, so his actions matched that belief. Emily believed she could learn anything, so she behaved like a learner. Mia believed her future was worth protecting, so she automated it. Transformation begins the moment you choose your identity. Your blueprint begins with rule number 8, know where your money lives. The rule that shifts you from confusion to clarity. Wealth isn't built by rich people. It's built by aware people. Emily checked her accounts weekly, not obsessively, not anxiously, calmly. Intentionally, Rob avoided his, hoping things would magically improve. They didn't. You cannot change what you refuse to look at. Awareness turns fear into strategy. Avoidance turns fear into chaos. This simple act, awareness, is the oxygen of financial growth. The next part of your blueprint is rule number 9. Choose a North Star goal. The rule that gives your life direction. Most people wander financially. They want more, but they don't know what more means. Emily defined her North Star simply: stability and a home of her own. Mia's North Star was clarity. She wanted to see her investments grow every year. Rob had no North Star, so life pulled him in every direction at once. Your North Star doesn't need to be dramatic. It needs to be true. Clarity makes action easy. Confusion makes action impossible. Then comes rule number 10. Build your money map, the rule that turns chaos into flow. Emily divided her world into 3 buckets: protection, growth, and life. Her safety lived in one place. Her investments lived in another. Her day-to-day lived in a third. And because every dollar had a home, nothing leaked away. A money map is your GPS. Without it, every choice feels like wandering in the dark. With it, you always know exactly where you're going and why. This is the great shift, the moment where you stop reacting to money and start creating with it. Rob reacted to everything: bills, stress, temptation. Emily created frameworks. Mia created automation. Wealth belongs to creators, not reactors. This shift is the heartbeat of your blueprint. The shift from survival to structure, from chaos to clarity, from reacting to designing, from hope to intention. Rule number 11 is the quiet superpower of the wealthy. The one decision per year principle. You don't need 100 brilliant decisions, you only need one. Build your system and let the system handle the rest. Emily didn't recommit every month. She committed once. Mia didn't rethink her plan every week. She said it once, and automation took over. You build your system one time, and your system builds your future 1,000 times. Momentum is the force that makes wealth feel inevitable. The first day is the hardest. The 100th is the easiest because your identity has shifted. Emily didn't feel confident when she began, but she felt unstoppable later. Rob never stayed long enough to experience momentum. Momentum is what turns discipline into identity, and identity into destiny. And once momentum begins moving, staying broke becomes harder than building wealth. Now we reach the emotional core of your blueprint. Rule number 12, protect your future self like their family. Because they are family, they are you, just older, wiser, and deeply shaped by the choices you make today. Emily protected her future self with safety. Mia protected hers with automation and compounding. Rob protected his emotions, not his future. Picture your future self right now. They are cheering for you. Don't leave them behind. Now imagine this. 5 years from today, you're looking at your investment account, and for the first time, you feel pride instead of panic. You see steady growth, not fear. You see decisions you made with intention, not emotion. Imagine waking up with stability, confidence, momentum. This is the power of a blueprint. You're not chasing someday. You're building every day. Now your blueprint becomes whole. You automate your future. You keep your lifestyle steady. You eliminate waste. You let compounding lift you. You protect your future self. You build momentum. You design your identity. Piece by piece, your life becomes coherent, predictable, powerful. This is the clear path. Simple, practiced, repeatable. This is the path you are choosing, but before we end, we must confront the one threat that still remains, the voice in your mind that whispers, later. Later is the enemy of transformation. Later steals dreams. Later destroys compounding. Later is how decades disappear. This final chapter is your shield against later. Your blueprint only works when you decide you deserve the life it leads to. Now think about who you were at the beginning of this journey, and look at who you are now. You are no longer reacting to your finances. You are designing them. You are no longer drifting. You are building. You are no longer hoping. You are becoming. Your identity has shifted. You are now someone who builds wealth one intentional choice at a time. You now have the psychology, the rules, and the blueprint. But more importantly, you have become the kind of person who uses them. You are the creator of your future, not the victim of your past. From this moment forward, every choice you make becomes part of your clear path. Start early. Think sharp. Learn right. That's your clear path.